Hello everybody, my name is Jürgen Moors and welcome to another episode of Process Mapping. Now, if you look at process mapping, if you look at improvements, if you look at efficiency, why does it always have to be the responsibility of management or of leadership? Well, there is no reason for it. A lot of times we've just created that type of culture, or the incentives are wrong, and there are so many other reasons. Now, over the last decade, we've seen self-organizing teams or tests with self-organizing teams. And what you see is there were some failures and some were very positive experiences. But a lot of times it's dependent on the company culture, the team, the tasks at hand, or even the departments. And one department was easier than another department. Well, Web3 has given us decentralized autonomous organizations. And we can link this to self-organizing teams or to process mapping to take away that responsibility of just leadership and management for efficiency and improvements. The next time that you do your process mapping, start defining certain metrics, certain ways, maybe certain sub-processes that belong to certain teams, and start setting them up as decentralized autonomous organizations, meaning creating it on a blockchain in code and making very clear those people are potentially all responsible for that process or part of the process. These are key metrics, and these are the outcomes that in the long term, 5 years, 10 years, maybe even further, we want to reach. And these are the incentives linked to that. For instance, you are responsible for a manufacturing chain, and everybody working on that manufacturing can take part in that efficiency process or on this process mapping. What you see is that never ever everybody will take part. There are people who have a lot of ideas or a lot of energy and are really enthusiastic about doing that. And there are those who are just surfing the flow. But in the end, they all want to have the same incentive, which would not be fair. Because you created a decentralized autonomous organization, and because you put it in code, it is very clear to everybody, well, if we reach 1% each year, we will get a certain incentive of, let's say, €1,000 in total as a group. At a milestone of 5 years, or 5% or 10%, you can even enlarge it. And because it's a decentralized autonomous organization, everybody can take a stake in it or tokens in it by the time this person invests in it, or by the commitment this person invests in it, or by convincing and testing certain aspects. And the more tokens you gather, the more you can profit from this incentive that you in the end reach. And most of all, because everything was defined when you made your last process map in advance, everybody knows how, as a decentralized autonomous organization, because it was written in code, it is very transparent, what the goals are on the long term and what they can do to reach incentives that are linked to it. And in advance, key metrics are defined. That is how you can combine your process mapping with a decentralized organization and make sure that part of this responsibility, where everybody typically looks at management, that it slowly trickles down to everybody on the process, everybody in the logistical, in the manufacturing chain, depending on where he or she works. Now, I hope that this gave you some inspiring ideas how you can work with a decentralized organization in your next process mapping. See you then. Bye-bye.